before, what we essentially do is we go into people's homes, we put sensors in there, and we essentially try to monitor their activities. Our target is the older population. They're a little bit more vulnerable than you guys are to chronic diseases, falls, things of that nature. Essentially, we go into people's homes and we put the contact sensor. We have a motion sensor, multi-sensor. What this reports to us is motion, humidity, temperature, and luminance, light levels in the house. And another one is a power sensor. And this essentially plugs into the wall. You plug your appliance into it, and this tells you the power usage of the appliance when you turn it on. It gives us a chance to detect, for example, we use it on washers, so we get an idea of when people are doing their laundry, how often they are doing it. We use it on TVs, we use it on microwaves, to get an idea of what's considered activities of daily living that has to do with feeding and bathing and cleaning your environment, so on and so forth. So right here you can see the activities of one of our participants on May 8th, starting from midnight till May 9th, midnight, right? Around midnight, most senior citizens are asleep, unlike you guys. But and he wakes up around 6 o'clock or so, a little after maybe, and you see some activity in the bathroom, later on in the kitchen, in his living room, so on and so forth. And then there's this gap here, like around noon you see another flurry of activity inside the house, another sort of gap. Then, as the evening time rolls on, there's some activity in the kitchen over here. He opens his fridge several times. You'd like to think that he's about to make some food and eat it, so on and so forth. And spends most of his time in his study in the evening. 6 p.m. or so. Looks like around 7 o'clock. In his study, there's some meal prep going on right here. Takes about 20 minutes or so. Then he takes his food. It seems like he comes in, sits on his favorite recliner. There's not much else going on during this time, but he's sitting on his recliner and watching his TV, probably eating, right? Gets up, passes through the living room, goes back, puts some stuff in the fridge, probably. Again, the kitchen, motion sensor is triggered, quits watching TV in his living room and goes to his study. We know, one of the things we do is we do what we call a comprehensive health assessment, where we talk to the participant at length and learn about their habits. This individual happens to use his computer a lot for memory games, let's call it, because he has mild dementia. So that's one way he keeps his mind active. And this participant is regularly in his study using his computer. But at the same time, it's a habit of his to keep the TV on as well. And everything out. This is sort of not a single day's activity, but an activity from February 15th all the way till about the end of March. Right, so about 45 days. I've taken all the sensors out except for in shower and the in living room. And the reason why I left in the living room is I'd like to give you an idea of when this individual wakes up. What happens to this individual is on March 10th, he has shoulder surgery. Up until March 10th, he's the kind of guy that gets up, first thing he does is take a shower. And you can see in this small graph down here, till about March 10th, he doesn't miss many showers. He's an everyday showering kind of guy. And he does it first thing in the morning. After March 10th, he has stitches in his shoulder. And I believe they stay till about April, 10th of April or so. And you can see now, his showers, he he takes a little bit longer sometimes, but most importantly, he misses them. They go down to every other day, and they're later in the day. So, here's a perfect example of how impact of health-related events are captured by observing somebody's daily activities. These guys, before any of the exterior doors are open, be it the front door, there's a sequence of motion sensors that lead to it. Right? Kitchen, living room, boom. In this case, bedroom, bathroom, activity stops in the bathroom. Door opens, very good observation, stays open. Door opens, very good observation, stays open. There's a clutter of activity in the living room, the kitchen, all at the same time. What happened is this participant fell in the bathroom at 5:09. She wears a life alert. She pressed life alert. At 5:23, firefighters came to the house and rescued her. So here's an example of how properly placed simple sensors can help detect emergency situations also. Ultimately, we would like to get information that doesn't come to us directly from sensors. And one of the key metrics is how much do these individuals spend time out of home and how that time changes as their lifestyle changes. It's been linked to their mental health also. One of the algorithms that we've developed recently allows us to process the sensor data we collect and estimate the times that this individual was out of home.